Good morning students. Today we are going to see one of the most important chapter of our syllabus, and that is none but sequence of tense. Well, as I have told you earlier that in this chapter we see some important rules to arrange the order of tense in the sentence. Well, at first we will see the definition of the sequence of tense. So, the principle in accordance with which the tense of the verb in the subordinate clause follows the tense of the verb in the principal clause is known as the sequence of tense. It simply means that the tense of the verb in a subordinate clause follows the tense of the verb in the principal clause. In simple language, you can understand that the tense of the verb in the main clause or principal clause it determines the tense of the verb of subordinate clause. Well, there are two main rules for the sequence of tense. First is, if there is a past tense in the principal clause, it must be followed by a past tense in the subordinate clause. Means, if the verb in the principal clause is in the past tense, then the verb in the subordinate clause must also be written in the corresponding past tense. For example, I knew he was telling a lie. And the second example is, he worked hard so he might pass. Next, rule number 2 is, a present or future tense in the principal clause may be followed by any tense required by the sense in the subordinate clause. Means, if the verb in the principal clause is in the present or future tense, then the verb in the subordinate clause may be in any tense, but according to the sense. For example, I know what he is doing, I know what he was doing, I know what he will be doing, I know what he had done, and I know what he will have done. And next example is, I shall know what he is doing, I shall know what he was doing, I shall know what he had done. Well, besides these two main rules, there are three special rules. And the rule number first is, a past tense in the principal clause may be followed by present tense in the subordinate clause when the subordinate clause expresses some habitual or universal fact. Means, if the verb in the subordinate clause expresses some universal truth or habitual action, it is always in the present tense, even if the verb in the principal clause is in the past tense. For example, the old father told his sons that union is strength. Here, union is strength is universal truth. That's why we have used present tense here. In spite of, we have used past tense in the principal clause. Past tense, what is past tense? Told. But in the second part of the sentence, means in the subordinate clause, we have used present tense. Why? Because union is strength. It is the universal truth. Once again, the other example is, I was sorry to hear that he has a bad temper. He has a bad temper. This is habitual action. That's why we have used present tense here. Has. Some more examples you can see. The teacher taught us that the earth is round. The king said that all men are mortal. He learned from his experience that pride has a fall. Galileo proved that the earth moves round the sun. Next rule is, when the subordinate clause is introduced by some conjunction of comparison, for just like than. So, rule number 1 does not apply at all. Then we can use any tense. It can be followed by any tense. And if the comparison is expressed by as well as instead of than, then the same rule is applied. Okay. For example, you can say, she likes me as well as she liked him. Simply once again you can understand here, if the comparison is expressed by as well as instead of than, then it can be followed by any tense, but according to the sense intended by the speaker. Once again we will see the examples. He likes you as well as he liked me. He will like you as well as he had liked. Good morning students. Today we are going to see one of the most important chapter of our syllabus, and that is none